What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Dream Firm Spotlight. Tyler S. Clark, co-founder of Dream Firms, help you to create your dream accounting, bookkeeping, and/or tax firm by getting more of your dream clients and dream team members who want to work with you. So let's go ahead and jump in because email is the mind killer. It's not fear for my Dune fans out there. It's actually email. I hate email more than just about any other communication medium out there. And I know from working with lots of entrepreneurial accountants, it is the ultimate time sucker. Okay. Email sucks. Let's just be real. It is not fun. It is terrible. I know Mark Cuban's like, I love email because I can read and scan and send things quick. Forget it. Forget it. It's not effective. It's not a great way to communicate. But I'm going to show you how to manage it in 10 minutes or less per day. This is a proven blueprint process, whatever you want to call it. It's super easy to implement. And so I'm going to go through it with you right now so that you can stop wasting hours per day in your inbox, which we know is the case. And we can get it down to, again, just 10 minutes per day. I promise you that's literally all the time I spend in my email. And I want to make sure you can do it as well. So let's go through a couple of very simple things first and foremost. First, when you are thinking about email, you have to have the mental fortitude to not leave your inbox open throughout the day, because just like Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, every single one of these platforms is trying to make you use it more. And so one of the most effective ways that emails will capture more and more of your attention is when you look up in the tab and you see that little number, right next to Gmail or Outlook or whatever, and it says 15 or 53 or 999 plus for all my sadistic, crazy people out there with thousands and tens of thousands of unread emails. What do you want to do? You want to check it. So you have to fight the impulse to check it if you leave the tab open. So once per day, you check your email inbox. And when you check it, I'm going to give you a very specific way to handle it, but you're only checking for the things that actually need your attention to be responded to. And in order for there to only be things for you to respond to, you must do the following. Okay, so this is getting into aggressive filtering. Aggressively filtering your inbox, it starts with, if you have more than like 100 unread emails, you have to just internalize you're never going to read most of them. Okay, like you're not. So you just look for the things that are actually important, and then you mark all of the rest as read. I promise you'll be okay. You'll survive. You didn't miss anything important. I promise you, if it was important, you would have already read it. Okay. Now you might say, but Tyler, what about the important emails that I have, I read, but I mark as unread because I want to get back to them? I'm going to cover that later. Trust that. Trust me on that. I promise we will cover that. But you got to get to a clean slate. You have to get to inbox 0 first, okay? It's impossible to get to the 10-minute per day management system if you've got this enormous backlog of crap that's just cluttering your inbox and your mind all the time. It's impossible. You must get to 0, okay? Once you get to 0, the third thing comes into play, okay? And the third thing is you will have lots of emails coming in, okay? And so for the first 5 days, you're going to realize how many things come through that you actually don't care about at all. We're going to cover spam in a minute. Best believe that. We're going to cover spam in a minute. But there are lots of newsletters. There are lots of promos. There's just all sorts of things. Client communications, vendor communications. There's all these things that come in. And when they come in, you have basically 3 choices. Unsubscribe, my favorite. Wield it like a hatchet. Right? It's like, get off me, right? Like, leave me alone. Number 2, things you want to actually pay attention to, but on your time. So this is where a crowd favorite free tool comes into play, unroll.me. Unroll.me essentially integrates with your email, and then anything that you push through to unroll.me, it basically takes it out of your inbox, stores it into unroll.me, and then when you want to go and check it, you go check it and you scan it. This is great for promos, deals, maybe pre-record or webinars that get sent to you, things that you're like, I like this, I want to pay attention to it, but when I want to, not when you want to. So this, again, you got to take back control. Okay. And then the third category, of course, is really important stuff that you actually have to get to. Things that you do need to respond to or pay attention to or understand. Okay. So like, again, not saying ignore emails. I'm saying make sure that you have control over your inbox. Fourth key thing that we can do here, okay? Once you've used Unroll.me, you've aggressively unsubscribed, you're left with the main things, you'll realize that over this course of this 5-day data collection experiment, you'll realize that the things that are important to you sometimes should not be communicating with you through this medium. What do I mean by that? Every single accounting firm is going to have along the bottom, right? This email is not a secure portal, do not send sensitive documents. And then if you look at your inbox, you've got attachments, bank statements, you've got all these sensitive things still coming in through email. So how do we stop that? And this is one of the most useful things for accounting firm owners. You pay money for secure client messaging. You pay money for secure client portals, but like 10% of your client base might use it, like 30% if you're kind of good at this. It should be 100. It's not optional. So the way that you do this is when you get an email, you have a saved templated response from a client, right? It's sending you the documents, and it has to be, I won't say aggressive. I'll just say it needs to be direct. And the way that you pen this email is you essentially say, hey, thank you so much for your email and being a valued client of our firm. However, in big bold, email is an unsecure platform to send and communicate on your account with. This email has not been read or seen by name of person who it's been sent to. This email is going to be deleted. We recommend you delete it as well. And here are the specific instructions to follow to ensure that it is read and the information is securely transferred to our firm. The information is right here with a Loom video that shows you exactly how to do exactly what we're asking for. Again, this message will not be read, will not be replied to. Besides this message, please use this set of processes to make sure we can see it. That's it, okay? Now you might say, Tyler, that sounds rude. It sounds rude. Yeah, there are rules. Follow them or don't. It's really not that hard. That's what will make this go to less than 10 minutes per day, okay? Fifth big thing. Fifth big thing. Even when you do all of the things that I just described, unfortunately, your email, thanks AI CPA, has been sold, cross-sold, upsold, downsold to 50 million different data brokers. There's almost no actual way to stop spam without also stopping in good communication, like people who are trying to communicate you to buy from you, or vendors, or aggressive spam filters. Unfortunately, while IT people love to sling them, they're really just, they're going to hurt your business. They are. They're trying to protect your time. They're just going about it in a really like techno dystopian way. What I recommend, and again, this is only under the precursor that clients aren't already sending secure emails to you, is you must relinquish the control. I know it's hard for a lot of people to do, but you must relinquish the control to your virtual assistant. And your virtual assistant, you must train to understand what is valuable, what is not. What are you marking as spam? What are you making sure is left unread? And so when I come into my office in the morning, this lovely space, and I open my inbox, my VA has already, she knows what time I'm going to open it. She knows to clear it out before I get in the office. And if I come in and I'm early, right, like she hasn't cleaned it out, there's, even with all the things I just described, I'll have 100 unread messages. And honestly, I probably need to see like 5 of them, maybe. And so rather than 95% of my time being spent on, I'm just like, hey, let me show you these things. When they say Tyler S on them, that means they scrape my data from LinkedIn. It's a little hack. If you put your middle initial in the first name field on LinkedIn and people scrape your data from LinkedIn, anyone who says Mike M Well, who's going to refer to me as Tyler S? People who actually aren't trying to authentically communicate with me. Easy filter. Anything that says Tyler S, don't care about it, immediately get rid of it. Anything that is blatantly cold email, like blatantly cold email, and I showed her like these are what cold email looks like. Get it out of there. Here's our client list. Now you may not want to share your client list. I understand that, but like here's our client list. Anything that's on from these emails, do not remove. Or again, since I don't need to use a client's secure client portal, I say I'd like to see that for you. You'd say, if you see it from these, send them the templated message. I don't even need to see it. Just send them the templated message. Nobody needs to see it. They just need the templated message. Okay, so your VA filters your inbox, but there's still a few other things. Remember I mentioned the unread thing? Remember, again, like there's a structure to your email inbox that I believe is the most efficient way to organize your inbox, okay? There's 3 categories that I use. Category number 1 is unread. Unread just means I must respond to it. That's all it means. Like unread is for me to respond to. Read, it's already been responded to, or I never needed to see it in the first place. So obviously those are 2 very simple categories. The third one is, I think in Outlook it's probably called important or flagged. In Gmail it's just called starred. And so if there's an email I need to come back to, a purchase order, onboarding instructions, a webinar I would like to go and watch the replay of, but didn't have the time for when it first aired, whatever. It doesn't really matter what the thing is. Something I would want to come back to and I don't want to lose sight of or need to search through my inbox and get frustrated, you star it. And so basically what that means is things I need to do immediately, things I'd like to come back to, things I will never need to think about ever again, essentially. And that's your email inbox management system. It's really quite simple. Have some mental fortitude. Don't leave your inbox open because email will take as much time as you allot for it. And here's another good way to think about email. Nothing productive happens through email. Email is just requests for you to do things. So if you're trying to control the direction of your firm, like create your dream firm, like if you're trying to be a leader, inbox is for followers. It's for fielding requests. Like, honestly, does opening your inbox ever, like, you're ever like, yeah, my inbox, gotta get in there. Love my email inbox. No. So intentionally be like, I need to not have this as a part of my peripheral so I can actually zero in on things that matter, because what's in there really never matters. And again, throughout the day, even with this system, it's going to fill up with crap. Like it's just going to. It's going to, I promise. Second big one, get to 0. You got to get to unread. You must get to 0 unread messages. You have to start from fresh. If you don't start from fresh, you can never get to 10 minutes per day. Promise. Third, as things come in when you're at 0, aggressively filter. Use unroll.me, unsubscribe, and start to recognize what's important / what you should be sending templated messages to send them through the appropriate channels. Okay. Number 4, you would be wise to delegate the additional filtering for the 95% of things that you simply will never get rid of because your data has been cross-sold 50 million different ways. Thank you, AI CPA. Thank you, data scammers. Thank you, data scrapers. You guys suck. Go away. You just need to delegate control of it, and you have to train that person on what you need to see and what you don't need to see. And every time something is sitting in your inbox that you don't need to see, you just screenshot it. You explain why you don't need to see it. You send that to that person, and you never see it again. 5th and final one, your inbox must be organized in a certain way. I have a certain organizational structure that works well for me. Unread, starred, read. Unread, must do. Starred, would like to get back to. Unread, never need to think about ever again. And that is how you manage your inbox in 10 minutes or less. I was really hoping to do this video in less than 10 minutes, but it was 14. So anyway, if you enjoy things like this, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. We'd love to help you to create your dream firm. There'll be a link floating around down below this video to figure out exactly all the ways that we can help you to create your dream firm. And remember that only You can create your dream firm, but we are here to help you every single step of the way. Have a fantastic rest of your workday and see you inside of the Dream Firms Network. Why does this not let me leave? Now let me leave. Bye.